Hello friends, Tony here. In this video I'm going to present you the new Laravel project I'm going to create, something similar I give to my students, and I thought also to create a Laravel project to show you how you can create something similar. It's not the same, but something similar like this. Today's video is brought to you by Cloudways, a managed cloud hosting platform for PHP-based applications. So we have WordPress, Magento, Laravel, and PHP. Cloudways takes over all server management and security hassles to let you solely focus on your business. Their custom stack provides performance boost, managed backups that keep your app safe, and a staging environment that lets you test code without breaking live sites. Plus, pre-configured Composer and integrated GI make deployments a breeze, and you get a choice between 5 top cloud providers including DigitalOcean, Vultr, Linode, WSL, and GCI. With Cloudways, you not only get flexibility, but peace of mind. So if you are an agency or an e-commerce store owner, Cloudways is a great fit for all your managed hosting requirements. Don't forget to use promo code link in description. And here is the diagram I'm going to show you. So on the home page, we are going to have list the upcoming events, and also when we click to the event, we are going to have the event show page, and the event show page is going to have the image, the event image, the event details here, the host info, so the user who has created the event is going to display here, and we are going to have comments. Also, we are going to have a like and saved event here. So for example, the user who is authenticated can like this event, also can save this event, and of course can book this event, of course. Then here we have the dashboard. So when the user is logged in, can navigate the dashboard, and on the dashboard is going to have the events. And when we click the events, it's going to display all the user events, can make a CRUD, can create, edit, and delete the user events. The same is going to list all the bookings this user has made. So when the user make a booking here, for example, it's going to display on this list when you click to the bookings. And we have also gallery, so the user can create a CRUD for gallery if the user has make some photos on the events, can create a CRUD for that. Then we have event show page I show you, and we have also the bookings page, and here it's going to list all the bookings event for the user. And then here also I want to show you the database. Now for this project we need the country, the city, because the event is going to belong to country and to the city. So for example, in which country and which city the event is happening. Also, we're going to have some tags for the events, and tags is going to be required. So we are going to have many tags. Then the event, the comment, because the event is going to have comment, booking, because the user can make booking for events. As I said we are going to have a like, so the user can make a like the event and can make a saved event. So here we have also the saved event. And then the last one we have gallery. So the user can make a CRUD for a gallery. The gallery can have the image and a caption. So you can add a caption for the image. And that's it, the intro for this Laravel event project. I hope you like it, and if you like such a videos and such a project and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, and see you in the next video. All the best, friends. Thank you. Hello friends, Tony here. In this video I want to create a project. I want to install the package for the authentication, and I'm going to use Laravel Breeze for that. And then I'm going to create the models and migrations. Okay, so first here we are in the Laravel documentation website. Let's go to the documentation and to create a project with Laravel, you can create a project using a composer. So composer create project Laravel/Laravel and the name of the project, or if you have installed the Laravel installer, just Laravel new and the name of the project. And then if you have a Docker installed and you want to work with Docker, you can use this, and here you can specify the name of the project. Okay, I have installed the Laravel installer and I'm going to use this command. And of course, I'm going to install the Laravel Breeze, and I want to install in one go. So let's open the terminal, and here I'm going to say Laravel new, and I'm going to name it event dash breeze, the installers of the breeze. And here we have the ask which breeze stack do you prefer. I'm going to use Blade, but if you want to use React, Vue, and API, you can choose that. So let's select 0 here. So the React and Vue is with inertia. Hit enter now with testing framework. Also 0 again for past. And let's say yes for the dark mode. And now it's going to create the project. Okay, so now the application is ready. So let's see in the event. Here we are. Now let's open the project with the VS Code. I'm going to zoom it. And the first thing, go to the .env file, and by default, the database name is based on the name of the project. So we need to create this database, and I'm going to open the table plus and do that. Open table plus, create new event. Okay, and I'm going to cancel and quit now. For now, we don't need that. And then let's create the models and the migration. So for that, I'm going to open the terminal here, and let's say artisan make. So the artisan is alias for PHP artisan. Okay, make model, and the name of the model is going to be the first one, country, and also I'm going to create the migration for that. So hit enter. We are okay. Now let's create also the city model and migration. Then I'm going to create the event model and migration. Next one, we have the booking or attending, what you like. I'm going to use attending like this. Hit enter. Then we have comment. So let's also create comment. Then one is going to be the gallery. Next one is going to be the like. Okay. Next one is going to be the saved event. And the last one is going to be the tags. So let's say here tag. Okay. Go to the app, models, and yeah, here we have attending, city, comment, country, event, gallery, like, and so on. So I named this attending, but also you can name booking. And this list is, I have asked the ChatGPT to create a Laravel event project, and the ChatGPT suggests me the list. And the ChatGPT named booking, but I prefer the name attending. Now it's up to you. It's not the problem, just the name. Okay, now let's open the project on the browser. So if I say event.test here, yeah, here is the project. We have login and register because we have installed the Laravel Breeze. And if you use Windows, you need to open in the localhost 8000. And here you don't have this event.test, but you have localhost, something like this. Okay, that's it about this video, friends. I hope you enjoy, and don't forget, if you like the video and like the tutorials I made, subscribe to my channel and like the video and share with your friends. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. Now in this video I want to work with the migrations. So let's start by opening the database, migrations here, and first let's go to this one, countries. Now for countries I want to add only the name. So let's say here $table string is going to be and name, like this. Save. Let's open the second one, which is city. Now a city is going to belong to the country, so we need to add the country ID here. Let's say table, and I'm going to use the origin ID for country, and let's say constraint, and also I'm going to say cascade on delete, like this, and then add the name. So it's going to be string for name, like this. Save. Let's open the events. Now here I'm going to add the title, the description. So let's say $table string for title, and let's copy and paste also for the slug. I'm going to add also slug, which is going to be unique, and then I'm going to add description, which is going to be a long text. So let's say here long text for the description. So then I'm going to add the start date and end date, so when the event is going to start and is going to end the dates. So let's say $table, and we're going to use date here for start underscore date, and let's copy and paste for the end date. Okay, then I'm going to add an image. So let's say table string for the image, and here's going to be the image path. Then the address where this event is going to happen, so $table. Also this one is going to be string, and say address here, and all of them is going to be required. Then I'm going to add the num tickets, number of tickets. So let's say $table num tickets. Oh, sorry, we need to add. It's going to be an integer, this one. So let's say integer and num tickets. Okay. And then we need to add the user ID, country ID, and city ID. So let's say $table user, and I'm going to use the origin ID. This one is going to be for the user ID, and of course we need to add the constraint, and also I'm going to add cascade on delete, like this. Now let's copy and paste this for the country ID, and for the city ID. And I think we are okay now with this, or let's remove this show here. So we have title, Slack, description, start and end date. We have the image, the address, and the num tickets. So how many tickets is available for this event. And I think we are okay. Now let's open the... First we need to save this. And let's open this one now, which is attendings. And here what we need is the user ID, the event ID. So let's say $ table. And also here origin ID for the user ID, which is going to be constraint and cascade on delete. So copy and paste this user ID and the event ID. So attending, the user is going to be the authenticated user, and the event this user is going to be attending. And also I'm going to add the num tickets, how many tickets this user can get for this event. By default is 1, but so let's say table integer and say num tickets here. Okay, so we have user ID, event ID, and num tickets. Good. Let's close all of them. So we need to go to the comments. Yeah, comments, and here we need the user ID and the event ID, and then the content. So let's copy what we have here, or just copy this show. And I'm going to open then the comments, and here paste the user ID. We need the authenticated user here, and the event, when the event this user is going to comment. And then I'm going to add the table and say text for the content of this comment. Save. Let's open the second one, which is galleries, and here also we need the user ID. So $ table origin ID for the user ID, and say constraint, and also if the user is deleted, also this gallery is going to be deleted. And table here, string for the image path. So I'm going to say image here, and then on this image also we can add a caption. So let's say $table string for caption, like this. Save. Let's open this one, and the likes. On the likes we need to have the user ID and event ID, only these two. So the authenticated user is going to like this event. Let's save this. Let's open the second one, which is saved event, and also here we need the user ID. So the authenticated user is going to save this event ID. And the last one is the tags. For tags, I'm going to add the $table, the name, string for name, and also the Slack. So $table string and say Slack here. Save, and we are okay. Now before I run the migrations, I'm going to open the seeders database seeder, and here I'm going to create this user by default. So let's uncomment this, and then I want to import this one here, import the user model. Okay, and I want also to create countries, cities, and tags. So let's say country, create, and for country we need the name, which is going to be, for example, United Kingdom, and copy and paste, and this one is going to be, I'm going to name it Greece for now, and you can add more, but I'm going to create only these two. Okay, now let's create the cities. So I'm going to say city, create, and add an array here with the country ID. And for this one, I'm going to say country ID is going to be 1, and the name is going to be, let's say, London first, and copy and paste 3 times here. So for the country ID, which is going to be this one, United Kingdom, London, this one is going to be Liverpool, and this one I'm going to name it Leicester, like this. And let's create 3 more for the second country. So for the country with ID 2, which is going to be the Greece, I'm going to say Athens. This one is going to be the Patra, and this one is going to be Zakynthos. And now let's create also tags. So I'm going to say tag and create, and for the tag we need to add the name, and for the name I'm going to say Laravel, and for slug it's going to be Laravel with small l. Now copy and paste this. This one is going to be Vue.js, and the slug is going to be Vue-js. This one is going to be Livewire, and also here a Livewire. And I think we are okay. Let's save and close this one. And now let's run the artisan migration. So artisan migrate, I'm going to say fresh and dash seed. Okay. Now let's open the project. Here we are. And I'm going to zoom it for you. Now I'm going to log in with the user we just created from here, which is the testexample.com. And by default, the user has the password. So password here, say login, and yeah, here we are on the dashboard. Okay friends, that's it about this video. I hope you enjoy, and see you in the next one. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. So here I am in the dashboard, and in this video I want to create a controllers for the event and gallery, because for event and gallery we are going to have CRUD here, and create routes and add the link for events and galleries here, and also create the pages for CRUD, for event and for the gallery. So first let's open the terminal, and here I'm going to create the controller. So artisan make controller, and the name of the controller is going to be event controller, and also is going to be resource. Okay, and the same is going to be for the gallery controller, like this. Okay, now let's open the VS Code. The VS Code here, And let's open the web routes. So let's open the web routes and register the routes here. Here on the group for the profiles, I'm going to add also the route to be resource for the events, and here use the event controller, so event controller class. Okay, and also the galleries route resource and galleries, and here use the gallery controller. Okay, now we are good. We created these two routes. Now let's open the navigation, because as I said, I want to have the links here. So let's open the navigation blade inside the resources, views, layouts. And here when we have the dashboard, which is this one, this link, I'm going to copy and paste 2 times. One is for the event index. So let's say events.index, and the name is going to be events. And the second one is going to be for the galleries.index. And the name also here is going to be galleries or gallery. You can say it like this. Now let's save this and let's see now if I refresh. Yeah, we have the event and the gallery here. If I click right now, yeah, we have a blank page. So let's fix that. Let's open the controller now, the event controller. And on the index, right now I'm just going to return the view. So return the view, and the view is going to be inside the events.index. Okay, let's say also here is going to return the view from the illuminate view here. Save, and let's create now the folder events folder and the index blade. So let's navigate inside the resources, views, and here first create the events folder and then the index.blade.php. Okay, now I'm going to go in the dashboard and select what we have here, copy and paste it right here. The issue is going to be events, and then instead of the login here is going to be the table. So I'm going to say just table right now. Let's save and let's see if I navigate the events. Yeah, as you can see, here's a table. Okay, let's do the same thing for the gallery. So let's open the gallery controller, and here I'm going to return the view, and I'm going to create galleries folder and then the index blade. Let's save this. Let's close for now everything and let's go inside the views, create the galleries folder, and then inside create the index blade. So index.blade.php. Let's navigate in the dashboard again and copy what we have here, paste it right here and say galleries, and then also here is going to be the table. Refresh, navigate the gallery now, and yeah, here is going to be the table. Okay friends, this is the short video for today. I hope you enjoy, and now let's start and work with the graph for events and gallery in the next video. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. In this video now I want to work with the models, but before that let's open the VS Code and I want to open the events migration. We have added the start date and date, but I forget to add also the time, so the time the event is going to happen, what time. Okay, so let's say $table time, and I'm going to say start time, or we can add just time. I'm going to say start time here, and let's say, because we have added one more field here, we need to run the migration again. So I'm going to say artisan migrate fresh dash seed. I have an alias for that. And now let's go to the browser and refresh. We are okay because we have make migrate fresh dash seed. Now let's open one by one the models. I'm going to open up models attending, and here first add the protected fillable. So I'm going to say protected $fillable. Now you can add guarded to be an empty array, but I prefer to use fillable here. And I'm going to add here the user ID, the event ID, and also we have the num tickets. So let's say num tickets, and let's close this. Then we need to create the relationship for user and the event. So let's say method public function user. Okay, and this one is going to be belong to relationship, and let's say here return $this. So this is going to belong to the user, class. Okay, and let's create the same for the event method to be event single, because it's going to belong to the user, not to the users, and the event to the event, not to the events. Okay, also belong to here, and let's say return $this is going to belong, not booted, but belong to the event class. And save. Now we are okay with attending. Let's open the city, and here we need to add also protected $fillable, which is going to be an array with the country ID and the name. So country ID and the name. Let's close this, and now let's create the relationship for the country. So method public function country, and also this one is going to be belong to here, and let's say return $this belong to the country class. Okay, close this. Now the city is going to have many events. So let's say here method public function, and now we need to say events plural, because the city is going to have many events. And let's say has many, because this is going to be has many relationship. And now in here return $this has many, and the event, passing here the event class. Save this one, close this, and let's open the comment. And also here, first one, protected, $fillable, which is going to be equal with an array, and we're going to say the user ID and also the event ID, and we need also to add the content. Now, if you don't remember, you can open the, for example, for the comments table, and we have user ID, event ID, and the content. And then now we need to create the relationship method for user and for the event, which is going to be belong to relationship. So let's say here, public function user, and the relationship is going to be belong to, and here I want to return $this is going to belong to the user class, and the same for the event. So method event single and belong to relationship, and also here return $this belong to the event class. Save, close also this one, and let's open the country. And also here first is going to be the protected $fillable to be equal with an array, and here we have only the name, so let's say just like this in one line. And then we need to create a relationship. So country is going to have many cities, and also it's going to have many events. So let's say public function first cities, and this is going to be has many relationship, and return $this. So this city, this country is going to has many cities, and pass here the city model, so city class. Okay, then the same for the events. Public function events plural is going to be has many relationship, and return $this has many event class. Save, close, let's open now the event, and let's start here. So protected $fillable to be equal with an array, and here we have many fields. So the first one is the title, then we have also the slug, we have the description, then we have the start date and end date. So let's say start underscore date and date. Also we have the start time, what we have other, we have the image, we have the address, so image address, then we have the country ID, city ID, user ID. So let's say user ID, we have the country ID, the city ID, and we have also the num tickets. So let's say num tickets, and I think we are okay. Yeah, we need to add this in the quotes. So let's open the events migration, title / description, start date and date, start time, image, address, num tickets, and the user, country, and city. Good. Now let's create the relationship. And first I'm going to start with the user, country, and city. So let's say method, public function, user, and it's going to be singular because the event is going to belong to the user. The relationship is belong to, so let's say here $this belong to user class. Save the same thing, and why we have something like this? Yeah, we need to say return here like this. Okay, method for country, also country singular, belong to relationship, and let's say return $this belong to country class, like this. Okay, let's copy this now and duplicate to save some time and say city, and pass the city model here. Okay, now let's create the has many relationship. This is going to have many comments. So let's say method comments plural, and the relationship is going to be has many. Okay, and let's return $this has many, and pass here the comment model. Okay, and let's copy this and do the same for likes. It's going to have many likes, so likes plural has many relationship, and here we need to pass the like class, and also the same one is going to be for the attendings. So the event is going to have has many attendings. I'm going to say attendings like this, and pass here the attending class. So comments, likes, and attendings. What we have other here? Yeah, we have tag here. So let's say now for tags, this is going to belong to many. So let's say method tags plural, and the relationship is going to be belongs to many, and let's return $this belongs to many tag class. And I think we are okay. So the event is going to belong to many tags. Okay, close the event and let's open the gallery. Now here we start with the protected $fillable, which is going to be an array with, and here we need the user ID, the image, and also the caption. And as I said, so let's open the galleries. Here we have user ID, image, caption. Okay, let's close this, and we need to create the relationship for the user. So let's say method here, public function, user singular, and this is going to be belong to a relationship, because the gallery is going to belong to the user. And let's say return $this belong to the user class. Save, close. Let's open the like, and also here we start with protected $fillable to be equal with an array, and also here we have the user ID and the event ID. And we need to create a relationship for user and event, and I think we have in the attending. Yeah, so here we have a belong to relationship for user and event. So let's copy this, close, and paste it right here just to save some time. It's going to be a belong to relationship, and we need to import that. Save. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this one, because also the saved event is going to be the same. Paste it here and import the belong to relationship. Save, close this one. Now the last one is the tag, and also we have the user. So we start with protected $fillable to be equal with an array, and here we need to add the name and the slug. Okay, and now the tag is going to belong to many events. So let's say public function events, and this is going to be a belong to many relationship. So belongs to many relationship. Okay, and let's return $this belong to many, and pass here the event class. Okay, open now the user and let's start. Here I'm going to create first the events. So method in the user is going to has many events, so events plural. The relationship is going to be has many, and let's say return $this user is going to has many event class. Okay, the same thing we have for galleries. So let's copy this, paste down there, say galleries has many, and pass in the gallery model here. And why we don't have a gallery? Yeah, we have here. Oh, I make a mistake. As you can see here, I have named gallery this one, so we need to say gallery, save, and also we need to rename to be a gallery. Okay, let's close, and now we are okay for galleries. Now the same thing we have for the comments, so copy and paste and say here comments, and pass the comment model. Okay, then the same for likes. The user isn't has many likes, and let's say like here. The same for attendings. So let's how we have created attendings. No, say attendings here, and pass the attending class, and we have events, galleries, comments, likes, and attendings all has many relationship. Okay, I think we are good now, so let's save and let's close also this one. And that's it about this video. Now we have prepared the models. In the next video we need to create the new event. I hope you enjoy, friends, and see you in that one. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. In this video I want to work to create a new event. So right now here we are in the dashboard in the events, and I want to add a new link here. When we click the navigator, the events create. So let's open the VS Code and let's navigate in the resources, views, events, index. And on the header, xload name header, I'm going to add a link. So I added a div with class flex justify between, and then has shoe, another div with an anchor tag, and href is going to be the route events create with some classes and say new event here. Now if I save, here it is. If I click, we navigate to the events create. For that, let's save this index as a create blade. Okay, I'm going to remove now the link here. And let's navigate to the app HTTP controllers event controller, and on the create let's return that view. So let's return the view, and here let's say return the view events create like this. Let's save and refresh, and now here we have. Now instead of events here, let's say new event, and yeah, now okay. Here now we need to add a form to create a new event, and for that I have prepared a form for you. So let's open the VS Code. So in the table remove that and paste the form, and I'm going to show you from top to bottom. So here we have a form with method post, action is going to be the route events store, and then I have used the Unbind.js X data. I have created a video for that, so how to create a dependent dropdown with Laravel and Unbind.js. In here I have added the country, city, cities, and a method or a function on country change, passing the event here, and axios.get. We make a call with Axios, and the Axios is installed by default with Laravel. And we make a call to this /countries/ and here we pass the event target value, which is going to be the country ID. And then we assign these cities with the response data. And here now we need to create this route to get countries. So route get countries and passing the country ID here. So here's it's going to be the ID, and then I use a closure passing the country model, so route model binding $country, and just return response JSON country cities are the relationship. Okay. Also I have added the enctype multipart form data, the CSRF token, and then a div with class grid gap 6, margin bottom 6, and MD grid calls 2. Then here we have a div for title, okay, which has a label for the title and input type text name title with some classes, also the error for the title. Then we have the div and the labels for country ID, and here we have the select ID X model country, and then X on change. We call this country on country change we have up here. Okay, so when we change this select, we call the on country change, and then we populate the cities with the response data. And then here we have the cities. We have a label and then the select with name city ID. And here now we make a X4. So we use Alpine.js and other options with xbind value city ID and xtext city name. Okay, here we have the X4 city in cities. Good. Also the error. Then we have the label for address and the input text for the address, also the error for the address. Then here we have for the image, the label and the input type file name is image, and also the error for the image. Also here we have now the start date and the end date. And I have changed also, so if I open the event model, I say end date here because I had make a typo and was end date like this. Okay, then we have start time. Here we need to say name. Also here this select this and say start time, expect for the type the d time. And also here we need to say start time for the error like this. Okay, now we have the start time, then we have the num tickets. Now you can pause the video and read also the classes, but I'm going to show you just for to save some time quick. So here we have now the label and text area for description, the error for description. Also we have tags here, as you can see. But I'm going to just have here the tags because we are going to create an event without the tags right now. And we have a button. Okay, now let's save and let's see how it's going to look. In the create, we need the countries first. So let's go to the event controller and say countries to be equal with country model. And I'm going to say all here and pass the countries. And we need also the tags because here we make a for each tag. So let's comment this up for now. We're going to leave the tags for now. And let's come here and refresh. Yeah, we just say countries here. So let's copy this and add compact and paste one. Okay, here is the form now. We have the title. And as you can see, we have here the select country, choose a country, but the city is empty. If I choose United Kingdom, we have London and we have Liverpool needs there. If we select Greece, we have just Athens, Patra and Zakynthos. Okay. Now let's work with the store method. So let's open here the store. And I'm going to create a new request. So let's open the terminal here. I'm going to create a new instance and say artisan make request. And I'm going to create, I'm going to name it create event request. Hit enter. Okay, and use that one here. So the create event request. Let's open this one. Change the authorized to be true. And I'm going to paste all of them here. So the title, address, image, start date, end date, start time, country ID, city ID, description, and num tickets. Let's close this. The first thing here, I want to check if we have the image, if we have select the image, because by default we need to have the image for the event. So let's say here, if the request has file and the name of the file is image, if that is true, now let's create the event. Otherwise, I'm going to say return back. Now, if we have the image, let's start and work. First, I'm going to say $data to be equal with the request and validated data, which is the title, address, image, start and date, start time, country, city, and so on. And I have done this because now I want to change the image. The image is going to be the path of the image we are going to upload. So let's say $data now, array, and in the array I'm going to say image is going to be equal with the, and I'm going to use storage facade and say put the file, specify the path, which is going to be events, and I'm going to say $request file, and the file name is image. Okay. Also, we need to add the user ID and the slug here. So the user ID is going to be, so user underscore ID is going to be equal with auth ID, and we can use, for example, the user. We can say auth user and create and say events create, but I want to use this. Then we need to add also the slug. So let's say slug, which is going to be equal with str slug, and pass here the request title. Okay, we need to import this from the Illuminate support str. And I think we are okay now. Now let's add also let's create the event and return back. So I'm going to say event create, pass here the data, and then return, not back, I'm going to return to the route events index. Let's save and let's see now if I open the browser and refresh. So let's use a fake filler, and we have United Kingdom, London, address. Let's choose the file to be this one, and start date, end date, start time, num tickets, let's say 4, and description. Okay, now if I say create, we return back to the events. And now let's see on the table plus events here, if I refresh, yeah, here we have the event. And I think we are okay. So let's go and see one more time. If I just say create without selecting, yeah, we have validation, fake filler again. Let's choose Greece for now, Athens, and say create. Oh yeah, we need to choose the image. Let's choose United Kingdom, or let's choose Greece, Athens, and I think we're okay. Let's say create. We return back, not back, we return to the events, and let's see, refresh. Yeah, we have 2 events. Okay, friends, so that's it for the video, and I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video and share with your friends, and see you in the next one. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. Now in this video I want to display all the events belong to this user, and also when we create a new event we need to add also the tags, because in the previous video we just commented the tags here. Now let's uncomment this, and we need to get the tags here first. So let's get the event controller on the create method. Let's say tags to be equal with tag all, and we need to import this from the app models tag and also paste in here the tags. Okay, then in here I'm going to create event variable to assign with this event create data, and say $sign event tags relationship, and I'm going to attach the request tags here. Good. But before that we need to create so if I open the database migrations, we need to create, we don't have that, so we need to create a migration for event and tag relationship. So for that, let's open the terminal, and I'm going to open the warp terminal here. Let's clear this, and also I have created a GitHub repository for this, so you can find on the documentation of the GitHub repository and check it out. Now let's say here artisan make migration, and I'm going to say create event tag table, and I'm going to say create here, hit enter. Okay, now let's open this one. So here we have the schema create event tag, and here I'm going to add, let's go to this one maybe, the user ID and the event ID. So let's copy this, and I'm going to paste it here, and what we need is the event ID and not user ID but tag ID. Okay, so let's save and let's close this, and let's run the artisan migrate now. So artisan migrate. Good. Now we have that. Let's start and work with the controller, and I think now we are okay. Also with the create we are good. On the controller first, let's go to the event create event request, because also here we need to add the tags. So I'm going to say tags is going to be required, and also I'm going to say it's going to be exists in the tags, and the column is going to be the ID. Okay, save this, close, and now let's try to create a new tag. So if I refresh this, here we have. Let's go and use a fake filler. I'm going to choose United Kingdom, let's choose Liverpool here, and I'm going to choose a file also to be this one, and let's choose Laravel tag, say create, we return back. Good. Now let's work with this to display all the events here. So let's open the VS Code, and let's open the index inside the events. So the index plate here in this table, I'm going to remove that and paste the table and show you one by one. So here is the div, and inside I have added the table with some classes, and then a thead, and then tr, and here we have thead title, start date, country, and the action. Now you can add also the end date or time, but I just added the title, start date, country, and the action. I'm going to display also the country. And then here we make a for else event, events as event, and display the title, start date, country name, and here is going to be the edit and delete. And also, if it's empty, we have no events here. Let's save and let's go first to the event controller, because on the event, on the index now we need to get all the events. So let's say events to be equal with event model, and I'm going to say with the relationship, which is going to be country, and I'm going to say get here and say compact events like this. Let's save and let's see on the browser now. If I refresh, yeah, here we have the country is United Kingdom, Greece, United Kingdom here, and we have the title also here. Now let's go and create a new one, a fake filler, and I'm going to choose also Greece here. Let's choose Zakynthos, choose the file, and we have Laravel and Vue.js. Let's say create, and yeah. Okay friends, also let's open just to show you the table plus, and we have event tag, and yeah, here we have the relationship. Okay, that's it about this video friends. I hope you enjoy and see you in the next one. All the best. Thank you very much. Hello friends, Tony here. In this video we are going to work with the project, with the events project, but I have just downloaded this application from the Laravel. The hard download is only for macOS, and I think is the must-have application if you work with Laravel. Just download this, install, and you are ready to go to create projects. We have Nginx, Laravel Valet, PHP. You can update the PHP to the latest version. Good, now let's start with a project. In this video I want to work with the update. So when we click here, this is going to be a link. When we click, we can go to the edit and update event. So let's start by going to the index resources views events index page, and here when we have this edit and delete, let's add a link and an anchor tag with href to be, and I'm going to use route, and the route is going to be events edit, and we need to pass here $sign event, and let's add also some classes. So let's say text to be green 400, and on hover I'm going to change to say text green 600, and let's say edit here, save, refresh. Yeah, we need to run also the npm run dev, so let's say here npm run dev, and now refresh. Yeah, here it is. If I click, we navigate to the events one edit. Very good. Now let's open the create blade inside the resources views events, and I'm going to zoom it a little bit out, please. And I'm going to save this one as edit. And so edit blade.php, and now let's start and work with this edit. But before that, let's open the event controller, and on the edit I have removed the show method here. I have passed the event for route model binding, and say the return type is going to be view. Also I added the return type here just to show you. And now let's say we need to be something similar to this one, so let's copy and paste just to save some time. get all the countries, get the tags, and also here we need to pass the event and return to the view events edit, not create. And we are okay now. Let's see on the browser if I refresh. Yeah, we have a form, but we need to fill all the fields here, the inputs. So let's start and work with that. Go to the edit, and first I'm going to go up here. The action is going to be events update, and we need to pass here event. Now here we have the X data. I'm going to work with that later, but let's say it's here method to be put. And now we need to fill the fields, the inputs here in the placeholder. For the title, I'm going to remove and say the value is going to be old for title, and the default is going to be, default value is going to be $event title. And let's copy this and do the same for the others, not for the countries and cities. I'm going to work later. So let's say for this address, paste it here, just change the title to be address. Okay. Then we have for the image is going to be empty. For the start date, let's do the same. Change the title to be start date, and the date, paste it here. So, and date here. Then we have the start time also. So just say here start time. What we have others, the num tickets. Okay, then we have description here. So let's remove this and just say inside $event description. And for the tags, I'm going to leave it for later. For now, let's change the button to say update. And I'm going to save this and see on the browser what we have here. Yeah, we have this update. We have the title, the address, start date, the end date is not here. I may have make a typo here. Yeah. And date like this, and now we have that. Okay. Just let's start and work with the country and the city. So for country, let's scroll up. When we have the country, now we can use the blade helper, which is selected, and is going to be selected only if here we have country. So let's say if the country ID is going to be triple with $event ID. If I save now, yeah, we need to remove also the X model here, because we use blade, not Alpine. And now let's refresh. We have United Kingdom, as you can see. Okay, also you can remove this just to save value, because we are not working with Alpine here. And we are okay. We have United Kingdom. So if I go to this one, which has the country Greece, we have Greece here. This is good. Now let's work with the cities. And for that, I'm going to start from here. First of all, I'm going to add JS, and let's pass a $ event and city here. So this city is now the event city, or we can say the city ID. I think it's going to be better, and say city ID here. For cities also, we need to get all the cities belong to the country is selected here. So we can say JS and $ event, and here the country relationship, and now we need all the cities of this country. And if I save this and come here, as you can see, is Athens, Patra, and Zakynthos, because all of them belong to this city. But I want to be selected the city belong to this event. For that, if I go here and so select this one, which is the last, and this has Zakynthos as a city, but if I see, we have Athens here because this is the first one and it's selected. Now let's change that. Let's say if I scroll down here, when we have a city, I want to say now also here bind selected, and it's going to be selected only if city.id. So here we make a city in cities if city ID.id is triple equal with the city ID we have up here, which is event city ID. Okay, now if that is true, it's going to be selected, and as you can see, this is Patra, but we lost the country. Yeah, we say selected country ID event, not ID, but event country ID. Sorry for that. And yeah, now we have United Kingdom and Liverpool, and if I select this one, is Greece and Patra here. Okay, the last thing is to work with the tags. So let's scroll down, and for tags here we have the input, the value, and now I'm going to use blade helper checked, and it's going to be checked only if. Now here we have a belongs to many relationship. We have a tag here, but how we can verify this tag belongs to this event? For that, let's open the event model, and I'm going to create a new method here. So let's uncomment this, and I have named this as tag, passing the tag here, and it's going to return true or false if this tag's relationship contains the tag we pass here. And with that, now if I save and close this, we can say here it's going to be checked only if $event, and use that relation, that method we created, which is has tag, and pass in the tag we have here. Okay, now if this tag, this event has this tag, is going to be checked. And let's save and let's see. As you can see, we have Vue.js here. Good. Now let's work with the update, and let's change something just to see the results. And for that, we need to go to the event controller, and on the update, I added the event, but also we need to add the request, and I'm going to create a new request for that. So let's say artisan make a request, and I name it update event request, hit enter. Okay, let's use now the update event request and say $request here. And this one is going to be redirect response type. Okay. And we are going to let's open first this one, and I'm going to copy what we have, close, and now let's go to update, event request, change this to be true, and I'm going to paste it what we have in the create. Just the image now here is going to be nullable. Okay, save, close this, and let's start and work now. And let's say what we have here with tab 9. So we check if we have the image, but we don't need to say something like this. We need to make some changes. So first I'm going to move up here this one. And if we have an image, first I'm going to delete the image we have. So let's use the storage facade, and I'm going to say delete and pass here the event image. Now we're going to delete, and the data image is going to be with a new one. We don't need to say user ID. Now the Slack, the event update and the tags, and also this one I'm going to cut. And let's remove this also and say something like this. So first we say data equal with a request validated, and then we check if the request has file image. Of course, delete that, and then say data image to be storage put file events. We're going to upload. Okay. Then I'm going to say data slug is going to be str slug. So generate a new slug based on the title. Then event update the data. That's okay. And then the tag event tags sync the request tags and return. That's okay. So let's save and let's see now. Okay, so let's delete. Let's edit this, not delete. So let's go to this first one, and I'm going to say first event and belong to the United Kingdom, London. Okay. I'm not choosing file here, and I'm going to choose Laravel, Vue.js, and Livewire tags. All of them. Say update. Yeah, we updated that first event. Let's go and see now. We have first event and we have all the tags selected. That is good. Let's change the city. I'm going to say Leicester. Say update. Okay, now if I click here, and yeah, it's Leicester. Okay, now let's go back and edit also this one. So I'm going to say second event. Greece is going to be the country and Zakynthos the city. I think we're okay. Let's select Laravel here, update, and second event, Greece, Zakynthos. Okay, and we have only Laravel. Okay, friends, that's it about this video. I hope you enjoy and see you in the next one. All the best. Thank you very much. Hello friends, Tony here. In this video, let's work with to delete the event, but first let's fix this. I have make a artisan migrate splash, and we don't have any events. And as you can see, if we have no events, so we need to fix this. The no events string is going to be in here and is going to be visible, because right now, if we are in the dark mode, we don't see that. So let's open the VS Code and let's open the index blade inside the resources views events. And yeah, we have no events. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add tr and also td, and I'm going to leave it at tab 9 and save this. Now let's see on the browser what we have. Yeah, we see here no events. Good. Now let's work also. Let's open the VS Code, and I'm going to go in the .env file. here on the file system disk, we have here local. Let's change this and let's say public. So the files is going to store inside the app public here. And let's work with that. Let's create now one event. So let's use a fake filler and let's choose a country and city here. And I think we are okay. Laravel and Vue.js. Let's say we need to choose also the file. And I'm going to choose this one. Let's create. And yeah, here it is. Now let's see. And let's zoom it for you on this one. Like this. Okay, now let's see. Here inside the public, we have events. And here is the event. Good. Now let's see if we change the image. So let's edit this, and for example, I want to say here first event, and I want to change the file. So I'm going to select this one, say open and say update. And yeah, we have first event here. Now let's see for the images inside the public events. Yeah, we have this one. Okay. Let's start and work now with a delete. And for that, let's go in the layouts, navigation, and I'm going to copy this form when we have for the logout. So let's copy that, close, and let's navigate in the events index page. And in here, after the edit, I'm going to add this form. Okay, we need to change the route here to say events dot destroy, and we need to pass the event here. So $event. The method is going to be not post, so let's say method delete. Yeah, and here I'm going to use just the anchor tag. So let's say anchor tag here. We don't need to bind the strap, and also the route is going to be the same we have here. Just copy and paste it right here. On click event prevent the default, and this closes form is going to submit, and it's going to say delete, and just copy this class and paste it to this form here. Just change the green to be red. So let's say here red, save, open the browser, and we have this edit and delete, but we don't need like this. So let's cut the anchor tag for edit and the form for delete, and add in the div first with class to be flex. I'm going to say space x2, and then paste both of them here, and see in the browser we have something like this. So let's create new event, fake filler, grease outlines. Just choose an image here and say open, create. Okay, now let's work with the delete method. So let's open the controller, the event controller, and scroll down when we have the destroy method. Here I'm going to use the route model binding. So pass in the event model $event, and this is going to return redirect response. And let's say here first I'm going to leave the tab 9 for us. Okay, first we need to delete the image, and if that is okay, then we need to delete the event and return to the events index. That's okay, but also we need to remove the tags. Okay, so storage, delete the event image, and also event tags relationship. And now we need to say detach Okay, and we are okay now for now, because if we work with attendings and comments and likes, we need to add them also here, but for now let's leave it only like this. Let's save and let's come here. Let's refresh. Let's delete this, and yeah, as it deleted, let's open the VS Code first, because here just I want to see the, yeah, we have only one image. And let's open also the table plus, because I want to see here the event tag, and we have only the event with ID1, which has tag ID1 and ID2. Okay, friends, that's it about. So let's see the events. We have only one event. Okay, friends, that's it about this video. I hope you enjoy, and see you in the next one. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. In this video, let's start and work with galleries here. So I'm going to open the VS Code, and first I'm going to open the index inside the events. And here I'm going to select all. Let's copy them, and let's open the index now inside the galleries. Let's select all here, remove, and paste it what we have copied from the events. And let's change now. First thing, let's change the route, or here the hash2 to say galleries, or gallery like this. The route is going to be galleries create, and let's change also here to say new gallery. Then what we are going to display on the table is the image and the caption. Okay, let's remove the country. The action is going to remain. Here, let's say galleries as $gallery. So let's select what we have here and say gallery like this. And as I said, here we're going to display the image. So let's say image, and I'm going to leave it the tab 9 for us. So asset, storage, and passing the gallery image. Okay. Let's add also classes here. So I'm going to say class to be width 20 and height 20. Then display the gallery caption to this one. Remove the country name, and here we have the actions for edit and delete. The route is going to be galleries like this, and we need to pass here the single gallery. So I think we are good now. Galleries, okay. And no gallery found. If I save, let's open the controller, the gallery controller. And here on the index, I'm going to get all the galleries. So let's say $. Galleries is going to be equal with auth user and use the relationship galleries. And we're going to use the compact here to pass the galleries like this, and let's save. Let's see on the browser what we have now. If I refresh, yeah, we have the table galleries not exist, doesn't exist. Let's open the table plus, and yeah, here we have galleries. I think we had the same mistake with typo with model. So let's open the VS Code, and I'm going to need to open the migration for galleries. Yeah, we have galleries here. So let's say galleries, and let's save this, close. And now let's run the artisan migrate flash. There's it. Okay, now if I come here and refresh, also I have made a typo in the index. So go to the index and scroll up here with one S, and now, yeah, we have no gallery found. Let's work with this new gallery. We navigate to the galleries create, and let's go to the events, and I'm going to copy the create here and paste it on the galleries. Okay, we need to change something here. So let's say first new gallery, and what we need, the route is going to be a galleries store. We don't need X data here. Then type OK, CSRF token, the grid for, and I'm going not to add grid here, so because we have only 2 fields. So just the title is not going to be title but caption. So let's say the caption, and here I'm going to say caption like this, and the image. So now let's remove everything else. Okay, so I have removed everything, just leave 2 divs, one for the caption and one for the image and the button. Let's save what we have here and let's see on the browser now. If I refresh here, yeah, we need to return from the controller first. So return the view galleries create, save and refresh. And yeah, here it is. Let's go to the create one more time, and on the form I'm going to add also the class to be space y of 2. And yeah, now we have something like this. Good. Let's start and work with the controller. The request here, because we have only the caption and the image, I'm going to create the validation here, and let's use a tab 9 for the caption. It's going to be required. We don't have description. The image is going to be required, image and so on. And yeah, I'm going to change something here. So let's say first, if the request has file image, we have validation here, but I'm going to check also if the request has file image, and remove this one. I'm going to cut this and paste it here. So if everything is okay, I'm going to return to the galleries. Otherwise, I'm going to say return back. Okay, and return not a redirect like this, but let's use the route galleries index. I'm going to remove the gallery because we don't need. So caption is going to be request input caption, and the image is going to be request file image. It's going to store in the galleries and to the public. Okay, now the image is going to be the name generated by Laravel, so for me it's okay. If you don't want that file name, you can use store as and put your name there. Okay, let's save and let's see on the browser now. If I come here and refresh, let's use a fake filler. Let's choose the image, and I'm going to choose this one, open. Let's say create, and yeah, here it is, the image, the caption, and the edit and delete. And let's open storage, app, public. We have galleries here. Okay, let's create new more, and I'm going to use this one. And yeah, okay, now let's work with the edit and delete. Let's open the VS Code here, and for the show we don't need that. For the edit I'm going to use the route model binding, so pass gallery, $gallery here, import this, okay, and let's say return the view galleries edit, and it's going to add the gallery here. Very good. Now let's go to the views galleries and create. Here I'm going to save this as the edit file, so edit blade PHP, and I'm going to say edit gallery here. So let's say edit gallery. The action is going to be galleries update, and we need to pass here $gallery ID. Okay, also we need to change the method, which is going to be put, and then we have here the input and the placeholder I'm going to remove now. So let's say here value, and use old for caption, and the default value is going to be $gallery caption. Okay, now for the image, if you want, you can, or let's display the image also here, and let's go to the index and just copy that image here. So I'm going to copy this, and we can I'm going to put right here. Let's save, and let's see on the browser what we have now. If I refresh and let's click to this edit, we need to save the controller and refresh. Yeah, here we have. Okay, also let's change that to say update, not create here. And I think we're okay. Now let's go to the controller and work with the update, the request, and here I'm going to use also the route model binding. So gallery, $gallery. And let's scroll up. Let's copy this validation here. And let's paste it here. So the caption is going to be required. The image is not going to be required. So the image is going to be nullable. Okay. Now let's start and work with this. We're going to check if the request has file, and the name of the file is image. Okay, now first we need to delete, if we have an image, we need to delete the image this gallery has. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say $path to be equal with $gallery image, like this. And then here, now we have, if we have selected a new one, we need to delete that image we have. So let's say use the storage passat delete $gallery image, and then I'm going to use the same thing we have up here. So let's copy this and reassign the path with this one, just close like this. Okay, then we need to update the gallery. So gallery update and pass the caption and the image. Let's close this and return to the route galleries index. Let's save and let's try. Now if I refresh, edit this, say first caption, and just first caption for now. Yeah, we have first caption. let's edit the image. Also, I'm going to choose this one, update, and yeah, we have the same. Let's say here second dot 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 and choose this image, update, and yeah. And of course, if I come here in the galleries, we have only 2 images. Now let's work with the destroy. So use gallery $gallery, and here first thing, let's delete the image. So let's copy and paste that in. Then let's say gallery delete and return back. Save and try. Now come here and refresh. Let's say delete this. Okay, delete this. Okay, let's see. And the galleries, we don't have any image. Okay, that's it about this video, friends. I hope you enjoy and see you in the next one. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. So I have created some events, and in this video, when we navigate to the home page, here I want to display all of the events we have, not only my events, but all the users' events. And here we have an empty page because I have removed everything in the welcome and just leave the HTML5. I have searched in the internet and I find this card, so I'm going to display the events in this card, but you can search here or you can search everywhere and find your card, your Tailwind CSS card component, and display with that card. This is simple, but I like that. Okay, first thing, let's open the VS Code, and what I want is, let's navigate inside the resources, views, layouts, and I'm going to save this app layout as a main layout. I want a layout here and then use that layout in the welcome page, so we can remove everything and use that. So for that, I'm going to save this as a main blade.php inside the layouts, and here I'm going to remove the header and I'm going to include the mine navigation here. I'm going to create the mine navigation and the slot. So let's save this. Now let's go to the navigation, and also I'm going to save this as main navigation. Let's save. Now we are inside the mine navigation, and here I want to change something. We have the logo, we have the links, and I'm going to leave it for now. We are going to change that, but for now let's leave as it is. I'm going to remove this div here, which is for the user, and here we have the responsive navigation. So let's remove also this one. We have the responsive navigation for the dashboard, and then we have settings option. So let's remove also this one, and I'm going to clean this and let's save. Okay, now I'm going to use this mine layout in here, but before that we need to open the app, view, and app layout, and here I'm going to save this as main layout. So let's say here save as, and I'm going to name it main layout. Okay, also we need to change the class name to say main layout, and then we're going to render the view which is inside the layouts, and the name of the view is main. Like this. Save, close this, close this. Now on the welcome I'm going to use that one. So x main dash layout, and let's save this, and let's see on the browser now. If I come here and refresh, yeah, we have the menu here and the logo. Okay, now let's create a controller, because right now we have used the closure here, the welcome. So let's create the controller. I'm going to open the terminal inside, and I'm going to say artisan make controller, hit enter. Now the name of the controller, I'm going to name it welcome, and it's going to be invocable. So let's select true here. Good. Let's close and let's use now that controller in here. So I'm going to say welcome controller, import that and say class here, and also I'm going to give it a name to be welcome. Good. Save this one, and now let's open the welcome controller. We don't need the request here, so let's remove the request. Also let's remove here, and I'm going to say first I'm going to get all the events. So let's say $events to be equal with event model and import that. And I'm going to say with a relationship of country, because I'm going to display the country. And also I'm going to display, let's display the tags. So let's say tags relationship. And I'm going to say order by created at or updated at, what you like. So I'm going to say created at, and let's say get. I'm going to get all of them. Here we have ascending if you like. If you don't like, you can say descending. And now we have all the events. Let's say return the view welcome and pass here the events. Okay, let's save this. Now one more time, let's open the main blade here. We have the class min head screen, and that's it. So to this one I'm going to add some classes. So let's say class to be max width of 7XL and MX auto, and also I'm going to say margin top of 4. Okay, now let's go in here, show code, or we can just copy what we have inside, and I'm going to paste it inside the welcome blade. So let's paste what we have copied, save, and let's see on the browser what we have now. If I come here and refresh, yeah, from the blog, and yeah, here it is. Now we can make a for each loop and display the events. So let's do that. We need only one card. We have this card here. So let's cut this and remove everything else. And inside now I'm going to say for each $events as event, and now paste that card here. Let's save. Also, if you want to leave this H1 or H2, what you do? Yeah, H1. So let's refresh now. We have only 5 because only 5 events we have. And let's say all events here. And now let's display first the image. So inside here now we can say double curly braces and use the asset, and inside the asset we can say slash storage slash and concatenate the $event image. Okay, for alt I'm going to add the title of the event. So let's say $event title, and for the H1 I'm going to display the title also. So $event title here. Let's say for now, and let's see on the browser, yeah, we have something like this. We have the title here. We can add the created ad, but before that, let's say we have here flex and flex call and justify between. So let's copy the span and paste it down there. So we have 2 of them. Okay, it is 1 and 2, and what I want to do now is in here I'm going to display the country name, so $sign event country name, and let's save. And yeah, we have Greece here, as you can see, and in here I'm going to make a for each. So let's make for each $sign event tags as a tag, and I'm going to display the tag name. So let's say $sign tag name here. Let's save, and yeah, here it is. We have Laravel and Vue.js. We need to make some changes on the classes, so I'm going to add some classes here, and if you want you can find on the GitHub repository. So just I'm going to add some classes and see you back. Okay friends, this is the design for our page. Now, as I said, you can find more beautiful cards and a beautiful design, but this is not for the design. This is how to create something, some application like this. And if I open the controller, so the welcome controller, here I had make this get, but because we don't have many events, but if you like, you can make a pagination and make a pagination here. Okay, that's it about this video, and in the next video we are going to work with the event show page. So see you there. Hello friends, Tony here. Now in this video let's start and work with the events show page. So when we click here to the title, we need to navigate to the events to show the details of this event. For that, let's open the VS Code, and the first thing I'm going to open the terminal, and let's go here. I'm going to create a controller for that. So let's say artisan make controller. Okay, now the name of the controller is going to be event show controller. Hit enter. It's going to be invocable, so select true here, and we are okay. Let's open the web routes and register that controller here. So I'm going to say route get, and with a /e/ and the event ID. So I'm going to say just ID like this. And let's use now that event show controller. Make sure you import that. I'm going to give it a name also. So let's say name to be event show, but not like this. I prefer to say event show like this. Okay. Now let's save this and let's open the event show controller. Here we need the ID, so I'm going to say $sign ID here, and let's say $sign event is going to be equal with the event, and I'm going to use the find or fail $sign the ID here, and then we need to return the events show page, but we don't have that. So first let's import this event from app models event, and let's create this events show page. I'm going to say events show like this. Now let's open the views, and we have events here, but I'm going to create a new one. So let's say event or events show .blade.php. Okay, now here we can use that layout we have created in the previous video. So X main layout. Okay, if I save now and let's open the index, the welcome page, sorry, not the index. And here when we have this anchor anchor tag with href to be /events. I'm going to say here add the route, and the route is going to be events show, and we need to pass here the event ID. So event ID here, and let's save now, and let's see on the browser. Refresh. If I click here, we navigate to /e/5. Let's go back to this one, /e/3. Okay. Now let's close this one, and let's start and work in here. I'm going to close also this. Okay, now I have prepared a template here. I'm going to use this one. You can design your own, or you can search and find what you like, but I'm going to use this. So just copy in here, and let's paste it inside here. Let's save, and let's see on the browser now what we have. If I navigate to this one, yeah, here it is. Now we need to change everything because this is hard-coded, also the image and so on. Let's start and work with that. So the first thing, let's scroll up. I'm going to close also and here when we have the image, I'm going to say asset and use the image from the event. So let's say /storage/ and concatenate the event image like this. Let's save, and yeah, now we have the event image. Then what we have others is here we have a buttons for like, save and attending, and also here we have for the comment, but we are going to work with them in other videos. Right now I just display the title, the country, city, time, and so on. So we have the like, save, attending. Then we have the host info, which is right here. So we need to display the event username and event user email. So let's say here $event user relationship, and I want to display the name, and then let's copy and paste down there for the email. Okay, let's say here email, let's save, and yeah, here we have a test user and test example.com. And let's say I'm going to say to this one to give it a BG of slate 200. Okay, let's give it some padding of 2 and rounded to be MD. Yeah, I think now it's more okay. Now let's work with the title. So let's scroll down, and here we have the title. Let's display the title here. $event title, and then we have the country and the city. So let's display here the country. $event country name, and then here the city. $event city name. Okay, let's save and let's see now. Yeah, we have Greece Patra here. Then we need to display the date and the time. So start, and let's display here $event start date, and here $event start time. Okay, now If you like this, good. If you don't like, we can change that. So the date. So let's open the event model, and here we can add the protected $ costs, and let's close here the costs. Okay, and then I'm going to say not num tickets, but I'm going to say start date, and it's going to be a date. And now I'm going to specify how I want to render. So I'm going to say /, like this. Now you can change what you like. So if I save this and let's see, nothing changed right now. Yeah, his change has added the time also, but we can go to event show, and here we can say to array, and then add the start date. So we need to say the array here and add the start date. Let's save this and let's see on the browser. Yeah, now we have something like this. Then we need to display the description. So in here, let's say $event description and save. Okay, here's the description. We need to remove this. We don't need that. And I think we have all of the needs for the events. So the title, the country, city, start date. Okay. And that's it about this video, friends. This is how we can display all the details for the events. And next we need to work with the like, save, and attending, also the comment and so on. So see you in the next videos. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. In this video now let's work with the like. So to like the event, first of all we need to be authenticated to like the event, and also if the user is not authenticated, I want to hide the like, save, attending button, and also the form for the comments. And also we need to add the link here, so if the user is not authenticated, to go to the link to login or register. And then if the user is authenticated, then can click to the like button and can like this event. And if the user has liked this event, can click again and can remove the like for this event. Okay, first let's go and add the link for the login and register if the user is not authenticated here, and hide them based on the user authenticated. So for that, I'm going to open the mine navigation, and I'm going to scroll up. So we have the logo flex here and the navigation, which is this one. I want on the right to have the link for login and registration. So here we have a flex justify between, and I'm going to copy what we have here and paste it after this flex. So we have flex justify between this div and that div I'm going to add. So now we're going to have them on the right. So I'm going to remove this two first, and let's save. And yeah, we have the dashboard here. Now we have the dashboard also here, but we are going to fix them later, not in this video. I'm going to leave the dashboard if the user is authenticated. Otherwise, I'm going to create two links for login and register. So let's say here, if the user is authenticated, leave this link. Otherwise, so let's say else, I'm going to create a link for the login, and let's say login here, and one more for the register. And yeah, let's save this now and let's see. Yeah, we need to close the and out. and out here. And now, yeah, we have dashboard. So if I click and say log out, we have login and register. Good. Now let's hide this one, and for that we need to open. So let's close this and let's open the single event or events show page. Yeah, events show page, and here we are in the form for the comment, and I'm going to hide all the divs. So let's cut this div and let's say if the user is authenticated, paste that in. If I save, yeah, we don't see now the form, and also the same we need to do for the buttons. So here we have this div, and inside this div we have buttons. So let's say only if the user is authenticated, display all the buttons, and say and out. Okay, now we can add also information here, information saying you need to be logged in, but I'm going to leave it. If you prefer, you can add that. Now let's go and log in. And now if I see here, yeah, we have likes and that. Okay, now let's work with the like here. Let's open the events show, and here when we click to this button, I want to make a like. Now we can make this an anchor tag, and when we click, it's going to redirect us back with a like. But because we used on the create, so if I open the create blade inside the events, we have worked with Alpine.js, and I think it's better because we don't need the redirect. It's more reactivity with Alpine. So let's copy something like this, and let's close now, and I'm going to add that in here. So save, we have the X data, not for country, but for I'm going to name it event like, and it's not going to be null initially, it's going to be what we returned. So JS, and I'm going to say like, $like, sorry, $like. For that we need to open the event show controller, sorry, event show controller, and here we need to get the like if the like exists. So let's say like this, $like to be equal with the event likes, and we want the like where the user ID is equal with the authenticated user ID. So let's say where the user ID is not this, but the auth ID, and so we need the first one. Okay, and add it here. So let's say also the like, and now we have the like here, so we are okay to pass the like here. So if that exists, the event like is going to be exist. And on this button now, what I'm going to do, so we have something like this, and on dark also, but for now let's all work with only with a light theme. And I'm going to bind the class, and I'm going to say if the event like exists, I'm going to add some classes, and let's cut this here. Otherwise it's going to be beachy blue. But if that is true, I'm going to say not blue is going to be a red, or you can add what you like. So if I save now, and let's see on the browser, yeah, we have blue because we don't have a like for this. Now when we click, right now nothing happened, so we need to work with on click event. So on click of this button, let's say on click of this, I want not on country change, but let's say on event on handle like this. And let's copy this and paste it here. We don't need the event. We need to make a post request, not to the countries, but let's say to the events, and I'm going to say dash like, and we need to add the event ID here. So let's say double curly braces $, event ID. Okay, then the result, not these cities, but this event like is going to be the response data. We are going to return either the like or null. So let's save that, and now let's create this events like route. Let's open the terminal here, and I'm going to say artisan make controller. Now the name of the controller, let's make it like system controller. Hit enter, is going to be invocable. Okay, let's close this and let's open the web routes now. So web routes, and we need to create this route here, the events like. So let's copy and say here, and that is going to be inside the auth, because only if the user is authenticated we can hit the like button. So let's say here route is going to be a post route, and let's say slash events like slash the ID, and now I'm going to say to use the like system controller here. Say class, we also can give it a name, so let's give it a name of events like this, and let's save. Now let's open the like system controller. We don't need the request, but what we need is the ID. Let's remove the request here, and first we need to get that event based on this ID. So let's say $, event to be equal with event model, and use the find or fail the ID, and then I'm going to say $, like is going to be equal with the event likes, and use the same where the user ID, not this ID but the auth ID, and say first. Now I'm going to check if the like, but I'm going to say not if the like exists. First I'm going to say if is not null, which means if that exists, what we need to delete that like. Okay, so if the user has make like, we want to delete that. So let's say $ like delete, and I'm going to return back I'm going to return just null like this. Otherwise I'm going to create a new like. So let's say event like is going to be the events likes, create, and return the like. Okay, let's save and let's see. Now we created this. On the events show, we say on handle like, and access post events like, pass in the event ID, and the event like is going to be something like this. Okay, now let's save and let's see on the browser. Refresh. Like, yeah, we have a red, and if I refresh, yeah, we have red. If I click again and refresh, okay. So that's it, the like system for our events. And I hope you enjoy, friends. See you in the next video. Don't forget, if you like something like this, like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. All the best, friends. Hello friends, Tony here. In the previous video we worked with like, now let's work with the save and attending. So for that, let's open the VS Code, and here I'm going to create first the controller. So I'm going to say artisan make controller, and the name of the controller, let's name it event, or just save system controller. Is going to be invocable, so select two, and one more for the attending system controller. And also this one is going to be invocable. Okay, let's close this. Now let's open the web routes and create the routes first. So I'm going to copy this and paste. This is for events like, this is going to be for events save and attending. Okay, let's use the controller here. So here we need to say save system controller, and if it's going to be also events save, here is going to be the attending system controller class, and the name is going to be attending, like this. Okay, I think we're okay. Now let's open the controllers, and I'm going to go inside the app SATP controllers, go first to the like, and I'm going to copy what we have here because it's going to be something similar. And let's open the save system controller, paste that in. Here now we need the ID, not the request. So let's say $ID, remove this request, and let's import the event from the app models event here. Then we're going to say saved event, like this, and use the event, not likes, but save the event. And I think let's open the model, so the event model, and we don't have the relationship. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have the relationship for the saved events. Let's create that. Let's say method here, and I'm going to say saved event, which is going to be has many relationship, and it's going to return $, this has many saved event class. Okay, let's save and let's close, and now let's use that. So saved event, maybe saved events here. So let's open again the event model and use plural, save events, where user ID, auth ID first, okay, and then if it is not null, the saved event. So let's copy this and paste it. We need to delete that and return null. Otherwise, we're going to say saved events equal with event and the relationship saved events, create user ID, auth ID, and return. Okay, now let's copy and do the same on the attending system controller. Paste it here. We need the ID, so $sign ID. We need to import the event also, so the app models event here. And I'm going to name it attending. So let's say attending like this. I'm going to copy, paste it here, 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 and here. Now attending is going to be $sign event and the attendings relationship where user ID, auth ID first. If it's not null the attending, we are going to delete and return null. Otherwise, we are going to create a new attendings with this user ID. But for attendings also we have the, so let's open the attending model. We have also the num tickets, and I'm going to leave it for now by default 1. So let's say num tickets to be 1 and return that attending. Okay, let's save. Let's close this one, and now let's open the controller. So the event show controller, because here we have the like, also we need to get the saved event and the attending. So let's say here $sign saved event to be equal with event not saved but event saved events, and where user ID, auth ID first, and also $sign attending to be equal with event attendings, where user ID is going to be auth ID, and we need the first one. Okay, let's add them here now. So the attending and also the saved event. And I think we are okay. So like saved event attending. Now let's save and let's close, and let's open the events show blade. So let's open the events show blade with the close now here, and here we have the event like, the city and city. So we don't need them. What we need is the saved event, which is going to be JS $sign saved event, and here attending, which is going to be JS $sign attending. Okay, let's load this like this, and here we have the button. Now let's copy this one and add it down there, and also this one here. We need to create the methods for saved and for the attending. So let's add a comma, and let's name it on handle saved event, this one, and on handle attending, this one. Okay, let's copy this and add it to this one here, which is for the save, and let's copy on handle attending, which is going to be for the attending right here. Okay, let's add now, let's open the web routes and just copy the route here for the save and paste it here, and let's copy the attending route and close now. which is going to be for the attending. Now here we say then response to this event like. It's not going to be event like, but it's going to be saved event, and also this attending in here. I think we're okay now. Okay, now let's copy the classes or the buttons. I'm going to copy what we have here and paste it to this one. Let's save. Now this is not for the event like, but is for the saved event, and also to this one, which is for the attending. This is for attending. Okay, let's save and let's see now on the browser what we have. So let's refresh. Yeah, now if I click save, we have a red, and if I refresh, yeah, let's click again, I refresh. Okay, let's save for attending, let's refresh, yeah, attending again, and the like, and then let's make all red. Good. Now let's open also the table class just to see here. So we have saved events. Yeah, we have one. Let's go and check for the attendings. We have one, and let's check for the like also, and we have one. Okay. Now one more thing, if you don't like to be all red, here you can change the colors. So for example, let's open the VS Code. Now I'm going to remove this blue here. Not remove, but I'm going to select this one for all of them, and instead of blue, I'm going to say, let's say slate. Slate, so by default is going to be slate, and let's see if I refresh. Yeah, it's going to be something like this. Now for the like, I'm going to leave it red. For the save, I'm going to make, let's select the red here, and I'm going to make a yellow. For the attending, I'm going to make it indigo. And let's save, come here, refresh. Now if I click save, we have red. If I click like, we have red. If I click save, we have a yellow, and attending, we have indigo. Okay friends, so that's it all about this video. Now don't forget, if you like such a content, subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share with your friends, and see you in the next one. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. Now in this video, let's start and work with comments. First, we need to display all the comments belong to this event. So here I want to display them, and I have prepared this card for that. And then comment, so type something here and comment also if the comment belong to me. So I am logged in because we need to be authenticated comment. So if the comment belong to me, I want to have this button on the comment to delete that comment. Okay, so let's open the VS Code, and here we have the form, which is this one. Right now we don't have comments for this event, so first let's store comments and then display them. Okay, for that we need to create controllers, and I'm going to open the terminal, PHP artisan make controller, and hit enter. Now the name of the controller for the store is going to be store comment controller. Hit enter. Is going to be invocable, so select true. Okay, one more for the delete, so I'm going to say delete comment controller, and also this one is going to be invocable, so select true here. And okay, now let's open the VS Code and let's open the web route and create the routes for that. So scroll down, we need to be authenticated, so I'm going to add inside this group. And just right here, I'm going to say route. The first one is going to be post, and it's going to be /events, okay. / we need the ID, yes, and not events controller. And also I want to have also the /comments here. And we need to use the store comment controller class, and it's going to let's name it events comments like this. Now let's create also the route to delete the comment. And yeah, here we have route delete events /id comments, and we need a comment, and use the delete comments controller with a name events comments destroy. Let's save, and now let's come here. The action is going to be the route events dot comments. Okay, we need to pass here the ID, because on the events comments we need the ID here, the events ID. So let's add $event ID, and the method is post. We need to add also the CSRF token. So let's say CSRF here. Okay. Then we have the name comment, and the button is going to be type submit. And let's save this. Let's open now the controller. Okay, here we need the request because we need the comment, and also we need the ID. So let's say $ID. And here first I'm going to get the event based on that ID. So let's say $event to be equal with event model, and make sure you import that. And I'm going to use the find or fail, passing the ID in here. And now we have the event. Let's say event comments create but not request all. We need to change here. We need to say content to be the request content, and the user ID is not going to be a request user ID, but I want the authenticated ID like this. And now let's just return back. Let's save, and let's see on the browser. Also here, just to see we have the comments, we need to display them. So what I'm going to do, we have this div and this container here. So let's open the tiling play, and I'm going to copy this. And now after this div, I'm going to make a for each $event comments as a comment, a $, and paste that in. Let's save. We don't have comments, so we need to have a comment to display this, and then we are going to add the event, the comment details here. So let's see on the browser now. If I come here, yeah, why we have store comments controller. So let's go to the web routes, not comments, but store comment, I think is, and we need to import that. So let's import this, and let's also import this one, and let's save. Okay, store comment and delete comment. Good. Now let's see on the browser. If I refresh, yeah, we don't have any comments here. But if I just say test post content cannot be null, yeah, here is comment. We need to say content. Okay, let's copy and paste it also here. And let's say refresh. And let's say test here. Post. And now as you can see, here is the comment. Let's say second comment here. And I'm going to say, yeah, here we have, but the card is not looking all. So let's cut this and add inside of div with class to be with full. And let's paste that in. And yeah, we have here with full, overscale, and on small. I'm going to remove that because I don't want that. And let's save this. Come here and yeah, now we have something like this. Okay, now if you like this scale, okay, if you don't want, you can remove. And yeah, now we don't have that. Now let's display the user who has made this comment, the username and the content, and also the delete button only if the authenticated user has comment, this one. So here we have a total balance, which we need to display the name. So I'm going to say here, $, comment, user, name. If I say something like this and save, from here, we have test user and test user. Now let's display the content. In here, I'll just say $, comment, content. And that's it. We have test and second comment. Now if I add one more, so let's say another comment, post, and yeah, we have another comment here. Good. Now, as I said, this is going to be now a form, and when we delete that, let's cut this. And I'm going to say a form with the action. Now the action is going to be the route, which is events, comments, destroy. And here now we need on the event comments destroy. Here we need the ID of the events and the comment ID. Okay, so let's say here now, add an array with $, event ID and $, comment ID. The method is going to be post. And yeah, let's remove the button and paste that button we have. Method is going to be delete then. And yeah, here we have. Good. Now let's go to the delete controller, delete comment controller. So I'm going to say delete comment controller here. We don't need the request. We expect here the ID and I'm going to inject the model for the comment. So I'm going to say comment $comment, and let's import that from the app models comment and just say $comment, delete and return back. Let's save. Let's see on the browser now what if I refresh. Let's delete this, delete it, delete this, and delete this. Okay. Now let's create one more and show and hide also another one second, and show and hide this if only the comment belong to the user who is authenticated. Okay, so for that, let's open the VS Code, and I'm going to cut the form and say here, if auth, we're going to use the facade here. So our user ID is triple with the $sign. Comment user ID, but not like this. Let's say user ID like this. And only that, in that case, I'm going to say the display the form. So let's save and let's see. Right now we have, I'm going to go to the dashboard and let's log out. And let's register with a new user. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the home page and go to this one. As you can see, I don't have also the like, save, and attending. So we can add the like, save, attending, but we don't see the button. If I say another comment here, post, now I see the delete button. Okay, and now if I want, I can delete and I can create another one and so on. Okay, friends, that's it about this video. And if you like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share with your friends. All the best and see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Hello friends, Tony here. So in this video, I'm going to show you, I have made some changes here. So the title now I have added right here. Here we have the date from start date and end date. And as you can see, we have a different format for the start date and end date. We are going to fix that. Then here I have the start time. Also, I have displayed the tags, as you can see. Then here is the description. And on the right end, I have added the location Greece, Athens, and this is the address. Now here we have comments. And because I am a test user, I can see the delete button because this comment belongs to me and other comments are not belonging to me. And I had the comment in the YouTube, the sort comments, and I have done that. So let's open the VS Code and show you. If I open the events show, yeah, here I added comments, latest, get. So I get, now if I add another comment, so let's say last comment, I'm going to say, and say post. As you can see, last comment is up here. Now, in this video also, I'm going to create a policy for the comment, because right now we just protect the show and hide the delete button. But if we have a hacker and is going to send a request with the comment ID, I want to protect that. And for that, I'm going to create a comment policy. Okay, so if let me come here and remove this check to the form, and let's save. From here, as you can see, now we see all of them, and this is not belonging to me. But if I click delete, yeah, we are going to delete, because on the delete comment, we just say comment delete. We're not checking if this comment belongs to that and so on, because I want to create the policy, as I said. So let's open the terminal and let's create that. And here I'm going to open the terminal, and let's open a new instance of the terminal, and let's say artisan make policy, comment policy, and I'm going to add also the model comment. Hit enter. Okay. Now let's open that policy. So comment policy here. And what I want on the delete, now we need to return a boolean. I want to say here, return $user if the user ID is triple equal to the comment user ID. If that is true, the user is going to delete that, otherwise it's not going to delete. Now, if I save this and open the browser and refresh, I am as a test user here. So let's go to the dashboard, and as you can see, here we are, test user. But this comment is not belonging to me, but if I click here, we can delete. Now let's fix that. Let's go to the delete comment controller, and here now we'll say $this and call the authorize, and authorize the delete. And we need to pass here the comment like this, because here we have the delete method, and we need to pass the comment. So we have added the authorization, and let's save, and let's see on the browser. Now I'm going to log out and log in with another user. So let's register with a fake filler here. Okay, let's go to the home page, this event. Yeah, I can see that. Let's create new comments. Just let's say test post. Okay. Now, if I want to delete the comment of a test user, we have this section is unauthorized 403. But if I want to delete my comment, yeah, I can delete that. Now let's work with the hide the delete button if the comment is not belonging to the user who is authenticated. And instead of something like this we can use the policy. And let's see here, when we have a view, let's do the same thing. It's going to return true only if the user ID is triple equal with a comment user ID. And now let's use this view on the events show blade, and we can use a can blade helper here, say can view, and we need to add also the comments, $sign comment here. And now let's remove this end if and replace with the end can here. Save. So now we have can view, and we use the view method. Okay, can view, and we need to pass the comment. And if I save now, and let's see on the browser, yeah, we don't see the delete button to these comments. But if I create comment and the comment belongs to me, I can see that. Okay, friends, that's it about this video. Now for the design of here, you can find on the GitHub repository. I just show you also. Let me zoom out, and yeah, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. So here I added the H2 for title and the start date and date. Also, let's fix the start date because I forget. Yeah, we have here this format of the date, and of course, if I go to the update, as you can see, we don't have the start date here. And that's it, because we have added so let's open the event model. We have added the date protected cast here for start date. So let's copy this and do the same for the end date. So I'm going to say here end date. Let's refresh. Yeah. Also the end date we don't see, and we have the same date format. Now let's work with that. Let's open the events show, and here when we have start date, we can say format like this, and let's format what we want. So m/d/y, and let's do the same to this one. Now if I save, yeah, if we have the format we want. Now let's work with, let's fix also this one. So let's refresh, yeah. Let's go to the edit, blade, inside the resources views, events, and here we have the start date and date. Also we need to format this, and we need to format on what the date needed. So for that we need to say here format y-m, not m-d-m, like this. Let's do the same also for the end date. And now if I save and come here, yeah, now we see the date, start date and date. Okay, friends, that's it about this video. So let's remove this live wire from here, for example, or Vue.js, update. Okay, now let's see, refresh. Yeah, we have only Laravel and Livewire. The dates are correctly and also are correct here. Good, that's it about this video. Don't forget, if you like a video like this, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and like the video because it's going to help me on YouTube. All the best. Hello friends, Tony here. Now in this video, let's fix the links here. I'm going to remove the dashboard. Here, when we click here, we navigate to the dashboard, but I want to navigate to the home page. The events right now is going to navigate to the user events. I want to navigate to the /e and display all events there. The events on the home page, I'm going to filter by the start date. So only the events who the start date is equal or greater than today is going to display here. The gallery, navigate right now to the user galleries, but I want to navigate to the /gallery and then display all the galleries we have in our database. So let's start and work with that. I'm going to open first the terminal and create two controllers. Artisan, make controller, and the name of the controller is going to be the first one, event index controller. Is going to be invocable, and the second is going to be gallery index controller. Invocable also this one. Let's clean and let's open now the VS Code. Okay, here first open the web routes and register the routes. I'm going to copy this and paste down there. And let me zoom it a little bit, yeah. Okay, the first one is going to be /e to display all the events, and here I'm going to use the event index controller class. The name is going to be event index, and then here let's make the gallery controller gallery index. So /gallery index, and the name is going to be gallery index also. Let's save, and first let's go to the welcome controller, and I'm going to copy what we have here. And then open the event index. Let's remove the request here because we don't need, and I'm going to paste that in. Let's import the event from app models event here. I'm going to use pagination, and let's say paginate, and by default we're going to say 12, and then let's return the view, which is going to be event index, and we add in the events here. Okay, let's save this. Now let's open the welcome blade, and this welcome I'm going to save as event index. Okay, now if I open the browser and navigate to the /e, hit enter. Yeah, we have all events in that URL. Good. Now let's work with also the gallery. So I'm going to save this as gallery index. So let's say here gallery index, and here we need to say all galleries. It's going to make a for each galleries as $gallery, and for gallery we have only the image. So let's say a gallery image, and as a alt I'm going to add the caption. So gallery caption, and let's remove this div now. Yeah, this one we don't need. And in the both here and also on the event index, I forget to add links. So let's add the links here, and let's open the event index blade and also add links here. Good. Let's save. Now let's go to the gallery index controller. Also here remove the request. We don't need that. And let's say $sign galleries to be equal with, and use a gallery. And I'm going to say order by, I'm going to use a created tab, but you can do what you like. And I'm going to have also pagination here. So let's say paginate by 12. And then let's return the view gallery index like this. And I think we are okay. Now let's see on the browser. If we navigate to /gallery, yeah, we have all galleries here. Now for the design, you can try and do your best. Let's fix now the links here. So for that, we need to open the main navigation. And here, first thing, when we click on the logo, I want to navigate to the home page. So let's say welcome, because yeah, the homepage has the welcome name. Then let's remove this one, so the dashboard. And for the events, let's say event index, and for gallery index. Like this. Let's save and let's close. Refresh. Now if I click here, we navigate to the home page, events, gallery. Now on the home page, I'm going to remove this, or let's say latest events, and filter the events. So let's do that. Let's open the welcome controller. And here, I'm going to say where the start date is greater or equal with today. And let's save, and if I come here now and refresh, we have only this one. And let's open the table plus. Now this is Laravel US, and as you can see, the Laravel US with title has this date. Okay, now if I go to dashboard and let's change the date of the event. Errors. Now let's say the start date today and update. Go to the home page, and now we have two of them. You need to see always store the date here. And if you go to the events and edit, if you don't see that date, you need to format based on the date is sorted in the database. Okay, So if I open the edit blade inside the resources views events, here is my format, year, month, day. You can change that. Okay, let's save, let's close this, and let's close this one also. So that's it about this video. I can do anything here. We fixed the links, we fixed the homepage, and here let's say not all events, but let's open and not all events, but latest events, I'm going to say. Okay, save, come here, and now we're okay. Good friends, that's it about this video. I hope you enjoy, and don't forget, if you like the video, subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. All the best. Okay, Tony here. Now in this video, let's start and work with the liked events. So if I go here, I have make a save and attending to this event, not a like. But if I go to the other events and let's say, for example, to Laravel, I make a like, save, and attending. And now when I go to the dashboard, I want to have a link, for example, to display all the events I have make a like, all the events I have make a save, and all the events I have make attending. So for that, let's start and work with first let's create some controllers. And we need to create 3 controllers, one for the like, one for save, and one for attending. It's going to be invocable. So let's say artisan make a controller, and let's name it the first one saved event controller. Hit enter, is going to be invocable. 2, let's create the liked event controller, is going to be invocable, and then one more for the attending event controller. Okay, hit enter, it's going to be invocable, and now let's clean this and let's open the VS Code. And here, first thing, let's open the web routes and register the routes. Here we are inside the auth. Here in this group, and here I want to create 3 more routes. So let's say route is going to be a get route, and let's say slash liked events, and here we're going to use the liked event controller class. Make sure you import that, and let's name it liked events, liked events like this, and let's copy and paste 2 times. This is going to be for the saved events. We need to use the saved event controller class, and let's name it also the route saved events, then attending events. So let's say attending events, use the attending event controller class, and the name is going to be attending events. Okay, let's save and let's close. Now let's open open first the liked event controller, and here remove the request because we don't need either the use there. So let's say now $sign events to be equal with event model. Make sure you import that, and I'm going to say with a relationship likes, and I'm going to use the where has likes, and then I'm going to use a closure here, the function passing the query, and then I'm going to say $ query where other condition here. So let's say where the user ID is going to be auth ID. Okay, so the authenticated user. And then let's say here get. So event with likes relationship where has likes and function query. So the query, which means the likes where user ID is auth ID, and it's going to, when we are going to call now get, to get all of them. And let's return the view. We don't have the view, so let's create a view with a name like events and add the compact events here. Let's say now let's create this liked events, and for that I'm going to open the index inside the resources views events, and let's save that. So let's say save this as a liked events, hit enter. Here now we need to remove this anchor tag for events create because I don't want here, and I'm going to say liked events, and we're going to display the title, start date and country, okay, and here we make events as event, adding the title, start date and country name. And now here we don't need to add the delete and the edit because the liked events is not only my events, but I can make a like to another events who is created from another user. What I want to add here is a view link to that event. So I'm going to say route to be event show, passing the event here, and instead of edit I'm going to say view. Otherwise we're going to display no event. And now this liked events is inside, so this is inside the events. Okay, so for that we need to say here events.liked events. Okay, now let's open the main, not main, but the default navigation. And here I'm going to copy this link and paste it. Change the route, select this and this one, and now the name is liked events here. And let's say here liked events. Let's save and let's see on the browser. Yeah, here we have. Now if I click here, we have 4 of them, liked events, and we can go. So for example, right now we have 4. If I click to this view, we navigate here, and if I click on like again, it's going to remove that like. And let's go back now and refresh. We have only 3. Okay. Now if I go here, go to the events, and let's say go to this one, I make a like. Let's go to this, I make a like, and to this one. Okay, to this one, let's make a like to this one, and refresh. Yeah, now we have 4. Now let's do the same for the saved and attending. Okay, I'm going to copy what we have here, and let's open now the saved events and do the same. So remove this, paste that one, import the event model, and here we don't need the likes, but let's open the event model, and we need the relationship here. So yeah, we have saved events, and let's paste that in where saved events function where user ID is auth ID, and return events, not saved events, not liked events, but saved events, passing the events. Okay, let's save. Let's go to attending and do the same here. Remove this and paste this one. Import the event model from app models events. Now you need to say attendings, and also the same here where user ID is auth ID and return events. And here I'm going to say attending events, passing the event. Okay, save. Now with controllers we are okay. Let's close also this one and this one. And here on the like events, I'm going to save this as, let's save as a saved events. And also let's change here this be saved events. Good. Now let's save also as attending events. Okay, and say here attending events. Let's open the navigation and add the links for there. So let's copy this one and paste 2 times. Change the route to be not liked events but saved events, and let's say here saved events. And for this one, attending events, and let's say here attending. Okay, save, and let's see on the browser now. I refresh. We have liked events, saved events, and attending events. Attending we have 4, saved we have 4, and liked we have 4. Okay, now let's go here, go to the events, and I'm going to go to the event. I make this save and attending. And as I said, attending we have 4 and saved we have 4. If I remove the save and attending here and refresh on the saved event, we have 3 and now 3 on attending events, so it's working properly. We can go to this one and remove, and if I go back and refresh again, we have only 2. Okay friends, that's it about this video, how to the liked events, saved events, and attending events. And this is going to be the last one. I hope you enjoy, and don't forget, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share with your friends, and see you in another project. All the best, friends.